Ash of God Redemption. Game sort of like Bannerlord, or so I've heard. So we're gonna try it. Supposedly, decisions really matter in this game. Music is really good. So we're gonna see if decisions truly matter in this game. I'm excited. Let's go in. Classic mode. The ultimate game experience challenge suffered a hardship. We're gonna go classic, boys. Year 3000. Well, 3000. Year 300 since the divine retribution, the spring equinox. Wow, already amazingly animated. Holy smokes. Not sure what happened there.
Unsolved mysteries are like an unquenched thirst, premonitions of trouble to spur you to keep going.
It sounds like the unsolved mystery person is a part of this game's narrative.
Years since divine retribution, the end of winter, the Vale of Mercy, foothills of the Milky Mountains.
"700 years ago, you and the other Koros took the field of Drowsy Deep to prevent a great calamity, the reaping. Your self-sacrifice should have destroyed all the Reapers, once and for all. 9 years ago, you began feeling a growing sense of unease and decided to roam the Terrarium to find the reason. A month ago, you met a temple guard in the town of Gordian. There was something peculiar about him. Feeling a long-forgotten sense of dread, you realized it was an Umbra Reaper in disguise. He noticed you, but chose not to pursue. He merely winked at you, bowing in jest. The return of Umbra forewarns of the impending reaping, so you head to the Milky Mountain to find the local seers. You hope to learn the time and place of the coming reaping and prevent it. When you stepped onto the narrow path, you noticed several sets of footprints at the time. You thought that other people seeking the seer's advice must be anticipating you, but no, they're just robbers looking for an easy target. Alright, time to act. Blue tiles, your character can move during the current turn. Okay, we got the basic ideas. Select the quick strike. Enemy is standing on pulsating tiles. Alright. Most attacks allow you to damage either the enemy's health or energy. Select. Okay, and we're gonna damage the enemy. Too easy. Damaging those messages in the middle of playing a game. Damaging an energy to reduce their opponent's options because faster movement and powerful skills require energy to execute. Moreover, if an enemy has 0 energy remaining, double damage will be dealt to the health. Okay. Click the enemy with the right one. Alright, just click the enemy with the right mouse button to see the list that you can use against them. So it still applies damage to them, which is pretty good. You can select an enemy to learn more about their abilities. Now that you've chosen an enemy, you can select the list of their skills and more. Okay. Axe Hurl. Berserk. You can choose to manually walk to your destination, choosing to attack. Yep, we get this idea. If you want to use skills that doesn't require a target, right-click the tile your active character is standing on, you'll see a golden circle. Okay. You'll see skills which do not require choosing target. There are also skip turn button, which comes in handy if you're unable to act or don't want to. Remember to always finish the turn by using one of your active character attacks or by clicking skip. Okay, gotcha. Ew. Death blow. You're about to knock on the hut door when it suddenly flings open. A woman appears on the doorstep. Your heart leaps from your chest. She's the one you'd left behind when you went to fight in the battle for Dory Deep. She's the one you loved, Emma. Ew. Blanca. What took you so long? It's been 702 years. You've managed to survive when 12 of our brethren perished? Did you go into hiding? Please call me Hopper. I'm already used to my name. I was called Blance when we were together. I wasn't hiding in battle, you know. I was wounded, pierced by an arrow. That's why I didn't complete my task. Yes, I've heard the legend of the 12 braces who cast enchantments on themselves and turned into stone. They achieved their goal. Now their land is free from the plague and reaping. The price was high, though, if you ask me. Why did you come looking for me again? I wasn't searching for you, but the locals see us. There are signs. Pistas are leaving the forest of Dotora. The Vendel witch has been sighted in the woodland trails. I stumbled upon Aachen in the garden myself. They have returned. Another reaping is night, perhaps. Sorry, guys, I can't read today for some reason. That's a foolish question, Hopper. I don't foretell that obvious. You might as well have asked whether the winter will follow autumn. The reaping is coming, you know it. All loose ends shall be tied. Well, it's foolish. That's a foolish question. Oh wait. So what can I say? What do you mean tied? What do you know of the coming reaping? The mere fact that it's coming, rivers will run red with blood, and the abyss will claim many tortured souls. But why this sudden concern about the mortals? We're mere parasites on the body of humanity. There's nothing to be proud of, even if we are the both Umbra. We have long embraced the human way of life, and I care about Tremantian's fight. The reaping, we are no more than a speck of dust. This time we don't have 12 comrades willing to sacrifice themselves. Amongst these still alive, some will succumb and become reapers themselves. Do you really want to get involved? I need to reaping. It's my fault. They're happening here again. You need to get off your pedestal. We are maggots, the lowest servant lucky to be seated at the dining table. Are you looking for the forsaken god of this land? I have a book that describes the life of one. Here, take a look. I had a good laugh reading this nonsense. Thank you for the book. I've been searching high and low for similar records. Still, when and where still the reaping begins, I need to be there. That's where I'm needed. I know it. The soul of the dead have tortured me with their guilt for 700 years. Help me. Give me the knife you keep in the bag, the kind our brethren sacrifice themselves with. Give it to me, and you'll get your answer. Pity. I'd really hoped to use it. I doubt anything else can kill a reaper. Well, here you go. But why do you want it? The reaping shall occur the day of the vernal equinox, both in the north and the south, in towns of Woodin and Elbius. I wouldn't waste time here if I were you. Sadly, I have no time to reach the north. Farewell. I hope our paths cross again, though you still haven't told me why you need a knife. I saw you kill me with this very knife, Hopper. So I hope our paths never cross again. Farewell.
What does one need to meet old age in peace? Only to avoid a major disaster.
Okay.
Year 1002 since divine retribution. Burkana, the kingdom of Odala, city of Albius. The spring equinox. 8th year of peace since the last war. A retired captain of the guard and his daughter are strolling through the festival market.
I saw her beauty. Took at my heart. Oh, she disappeared. Damn. This is most bizarre. A woman in strange clothing is walking away from the town hall. Her beauty should be turning heads, but I seem to be the only one noticing her. Oi! Are you daydreaming again? You nudge your daughter as you see Byron Torble, the Borg or master of the town, approach you. Hey, good day, Thorn. How are you, Glida? I take it there's a reason you've been combing the market since dawn, looking for a gift for Licky. Or you choosing to sacrifice feast? Nothing has changed here. My death would do the citizens a favor. Some cannot wait for the day. I hope the paper rope will tear, just as it did last year. Trouble smiles at your joke, then nods and continues to stroll. Well, we'll go away and no closer to the picking of a gift for Licky. What are we going to give her? Well, you've given me a hint. What would your mother like? The dialogue window in this icon means the choice you... Okay, so these are where the consequences come in. Okay, got it. They say the trouble in the border, so your brother is really busy. I hope at least he finds the time to send his mother a letter. I hope so too. He would have known what to give her for her birthday. I'm sure you can manage on your own. Paragang is one of the merchants trading textile and clothing. Clara looks like she wants to say something, but she's too shy. Perhaps you could ask her about it. Let's ask her. Was there something you wanted to discuss? I know what mommy really needs, help for her aching heart. Is there any way to improve her health? Magic? Divine intervention? I don't believe in magic. The gods, it seems, do not even help their own servants. Do you remember what their temple is called? Temple of Divine Retribution. It would be silly to expect any help from them. I wish we knew why they had to exact this retribution on your mother. My voices are probably all mixed up right now. Then we should content ourselves with the marketplace has to offer, and I shall win tomorrow's fencing tournament in her honor. Do you really think she will take pleasure in watching her daughter hurl another blade, even if it's in practice? Mommy used to fence when she was younger. I'm a better fighter than anyone who has signed up. I could never understand that. Thank all the gods. She didn't have to use her skills even once. Alright, let's go and buy something. You make your way to the clothing merchant and find the stall practice blocked from view by portly figure of the money changer's wife. She's a quarrelsome woman and obviously unhappy about something invading her space. Macha! When you joke about her husband and screeniness, the portly woman shoots you a furious look, but decides against starting an argument. Instead, she briskly walks off the town gates, muttering under her breath. Okay. Nice to see you, Captain. What have you done, my friend? You just look lost. You've just lost me a client. I swear I was so close to taking the fortress. You're right. Stout as a fortress she is, not every fortress is worth besieging. This fortress is too strong for you to take. Your words ring true, my friend. However, since you rid me of a client, perhaps you would like to pick something for yourself. We're looking for a shawl or a handkerchief, the best that you have. You would not believe the Patagon how happy I am to see my daughter looking at shawls and handkerchiefs, not choosing another blade or an ancient parchment. Sometimes I think I've got two sons. Daddy, I can hear you. I don't think the history and fencing are not meant for girls. Mac has gone to the capital and become a baronet. I also want to become somebody. Your brother has become a baronet, you say. Wonderful news. Please give my congratulations to your mother. I surely will. Actually, she's feeling better today. News of her son gave her more strength than any man her could. You just need to find the right sacred stone. I'm sure the gods left them to use for a reason. I've heard there is a menhir in the Vendel forest. They call it the water menhir. Perhaps you should visit. Oh, my wife and I have visited all the menhirs in this kingdom, and the neighboring ones as well. We've spoken with the Holy Fathers of the Temple of Divine Retribution. Licky aching her heart is not a simple disease. It is an inborn defect aggravated by the difficulty delivery of her second child. The Menhers cannot heal defects, just as they cannot regrow severed hands. But enough of that. You said something about shawls? Let us choose one. What kind of fabric are you looking for? Redona wool? Ballardian silk? Let me borrow a ring, my friend. The one young Glada wears on her pinky, and I shall spare you small talk. Gilda takes the ring off her pinky and hands it to the Patagon, who picks the fluffy woolen shawl from his counter and pulls it through a tiny ring in the blink of an eye. Unbelievable, I didn't even think it's possible, and yet, would this shawl be warm enough? This is precisely the reason why the fabric is so valuable, young lass. Being light and thin, it keeps you warm just like a heavy wool. Show us a show. I have just the thing you're looking for, my friend. This handkerchief with a silver strand woven into the so-called thread of life. They say it protects the wearer from evil magic, but you don't have to believe it. Okay. Stretches the piece of white wool where the counter reaches into the basket and picks up the silk handkerchief of shimmering with delicate ornaments. As it unfurls, it looks like a host of butterflies fluttering over a snowy field. Daddy, look, this is gorgeous. Imagine Mom wearing it. True. If magic exists, the art of creating such a masterpiece. I guess the handkerchief. You unstring your purse and settle with a Patagon. Then you neatly fold the silk handkerchief and pass it to Gilda. As you're about to leave, the low sound of a bell fills the market. Startled, the seller and buyers alike stares in the direction of the town hall. If you only had seen the pretty lady I spotted just earlier. She was almost as beautiful as your daughter. She went straight into the town hall. Could it be that her beauty drove the bell ringer crazy? Or did he drink himself silly? The bell ringer has outdone himself this time. He's not late. He started early. Doesn't the bell sound strange to you? It's almost like it's screaming. Suddenly, all around you, the citizens start collapsing. You turn around and grab Gilda by the hand and run towards the town hall together. Oh no, what's happening? Uh-oh, this guy. You see the Baron, troubled, lying on the ground, dying. Blood gushes from his mouth, nose, and ears. You are tough. You struggle to stay on your feet. Blood is gushing from your nose. Gilda, scared to death, is hiding behind your back. But rather, Tancred turned. Cocking his head. Nothing. The Burgomaster has made this decision on everyone's behalf. What kind of decision? The ritual one. A tribute to the memory. You use the last reserve of your energy to stay upright. Your heart is about to leap out of your chest. Your throat contracts. Dying already? It seems the monster is grinning. He clenches his fist, and your heart clenches in your chest. A moment later, unbearable pain lifts. Towering over you, the monster examines you intently for a few seconds, then extends his arms and points at your pendant. Don't lose it. You'll need it. The reaping will start with your family, Thorn Baron. The monster vanishes into thin air. You shake your head, trying to clear it. Oh, blessed gods. Did you hear what is said about our family? Quick, we've got to go home. The Baron? The father's father. Now, supposedly, anyone can die at this game. Anyone is disposable, and the story still goes on even after they die. You run headlong to your house, taking every possible shortcut. Even in small towns like Albus has its dark corners, but you could not care less. Right now, you need to make sure that everything is alright at home. Gelda's outcry makes you stop in your tracks. Your daughter hastily pulls some kind of color plaque from under her belt. That's what almost burnt my tummy. Alright. Supposedly magical battle cards, suddenly they become magical cards. The magical plaques almost burn your fingers, but they fit perfectly in your palms. You feel almost as if you could wave your hand and channel magic into any enemy. Could they regain their power because of the reaping? How did Raz come by them? You remember seeing such plaques sold as curiosities and souvenirs. Oi! You hear footsteps somewhere? The thugs bearing the way, the puffy faces contoured with a mindless rage. Alright. In a swift move, you draw your sword, but the thugs look unimpressed. You look closer and notice their vacant eyes and foam from their mouth. Your opponents are either very drunk or crazy. You step in front of Gelda. I'll be some sense into these. Stay back. In response, Gelda steps aside and draws her own blade. Did I practice with the sword for all those years to just keep hiding behind you? Together, we will deal with them faster. Your daughter is really asking for some stern parenting, but the thugs attack you with feral roar. If you have more than one character in your party, you can choose a turn in order. Just select. Okay, we get it. Click the icon on the bottom to use the cards. Each card can be used only once per battle after that. Okay. Red skull next to your character portrait indicates the number of wounded character it has sustained. Okay. Keep an eye out for useful buttons. It can be found throughout the game. Okay. What kind of attacks does she have? One shot. Beautiful. I like that. I like that reaction. Ah, protected her. Let's stun this guy. Oh, they're really beating on my daughter. Ooh, close call, close call. One more hit and you should be dead. I don't think I could do these moves right now. Need 5 energy. How much energy do I have? Ooh, close call. Gita looks at the bloody bodies in Terra. This is the first time she's fought to the death. You grab her by the shoulder and shaking her a couple times before she looks away from the corpses. She finally steels herself, meets your gaze and nods. Let's go. You're proud of your daughter, but even more so worried your wife. Alright, let's go get our wife. You run into the house and find the living room covered in blood. Old Tenor, your housekeeper, stands at the door, trembling all over. His daughter, Queena, your maid, lies motionless on the floor. Just beside her is your wife, Leaky. Mommy, no, please. Many years ago, you ventured into the vial at the edge of the world. The day death looked you in the eyes. Today, it clenched its bony fingers around your heart. You are petrified. Glitta weeps into Licky's black hair. The same hair you fell madly in love with a lifetime ago. Glitta, it's just the two of us now. Get a hold of yourself. I won't manage without you. Such a calamity has befallen us. Oh, such grief. First both Licky and Queena screamed in pain, and my daughter seemed to lose her mind. She went at Mistress Leaky with a knife. Mistress defended herself, but then... Take a blanket from the bed and cover Quena's body. No longer sobbing. Well, in a moment. Oh, the horror. His Excellency Count Vici and his young son Bran always said it would end this way. Don't you dare mention their names. Of course, Master. I'll do. Glitta, remember the pack. Jeweler box. And take the money from the nook in my room. Please hurry. 500 gold. You move strands of your wife's hair and notice something odd. A black mark. Like an ulcer. On the nape of her neck. The surrounding skin is swollen, as if burnt. Glitta notices it and backs away. A look of terror on her face suddenly pale. This is right. Out of an ancient manuscript, the same thing happened 700 years ago. A pain pierces your neck and grows into a fierce noose that strangles you and you die in a terrible agony. This infection is what they call the reaping. Daddy, the back of my neck is burning. Let me see, damn it. You have the same mark. Have a look. Do I? Nothing, but how can it be? Why did the plague spare me? I don't believe in luck. There must be some kind of protection. But what is it? The manuscript about the reaping. I remember it mentioned special stones. The Strixus, like the one in your pendant. Maybe that's what the monster in the square took interest in. You take off your captain insignia and put it around your daughter's neck. She nods and pull her into your embrace again. Damn, my reading is off today. This is why I'm recording it and not live streaming. You exit into the front of the yard and take the look around. No, you shouldn't bury Licky here. It'd be better to do it than knocking. When you're done digging, your hands are shaking, but not with weirdness. Tanner buries his face in his hands. Get a shadow of her own former self. You realize that if you stop and stand still, pain will drown you. You get out of the freshly dug grave and pick up Licky's body. You only lay out. Okay. Someone is yelling and knocking at that knock. Gita loads up her horse, weeping over the tack. Oh, mommy dear, how are we going to live without you? She whispers. You put your arms around your daughter as she presses her tear-streaked face into your chest. It's over for Licky, my dear. Or for you and Mac is not. Remember this, however much it hurts. Gita nods and tries to steel herself. No longer cries. She starts strapping the saddlebags. It's not over for you either. It's not over for you either, Daddy. No matter what you think. I am almost ready. I only need to strap this package. Greta buries her face into your shoulder. Thank you. Mommy is dead. We've got to run from the reaping, and I'm still fussing with this package. Let me answer this door. It's Captain Cricker. He's going to fish the god from the northern gate, as well as 4 lads from his regime with him. What do we do? Let him in before he destroys the gate. Gotta shut the stable door for now, just in case. Damnation, quick, bring the horses to the throne. Is your old servant completely deaf? I bashed my knuckles raw knocking on the bloody gate. Don't you know what's going on in this town? Pipe down. I do. Tanner has just lost his daughter, understood? And I've just lost my wife. Curse this damn town. Likey, no fucking way. I'm sorry, pal, really sorry, damn. If I hurt your feelings or something, you'll die like a dog and so don't worry about it. We all will at this rate. What happened to you? When the monsters entered the town, everyone went berserk. Have you seen the sign in the left gate? What do we do now? I wanted to ask the burgmaster, but didn't think I could make it through. Besides, I had the boys with me. Hey there, you pansies, come here. You alright? Looks like even the shit in your pants takes care of the horses while we figure something out. So many people to talk to. Well, this is the basics of the game. Let's head out and see, so we can see where it takes us to really quick. Forget about the trouble. Our master is dead. We're sailing up the shit creek. What do we do now? Wash the shit stains and run. Well, that was, I don't want to spoil the rest of the game for you guys, so I will stop it here. But if you are interested in more of this game and want me to continue playing, I absolutely will. I'm going to be uploading another game now to see how that one is, which I know how it is because I played the first one, and the first one was great. So leave a comment. If you want a link, I'll leave the link below for this game so you can get it. It is out. And hope you all enjoyed it. I love you guys. Leave a comment. Leave a negative comment. Leave a good comment. Your choice. Just like my reading. It's bad. Anyways, have a good day, guys.